it's Vicky, and welcome to another video. So I'm late again today, so I thought I would let you bounce up and down today, because you know that's fun. Isn't it fun to bounce up and down? I always thought it was. Okay, this is Friday, September 12th, and it's I don't know what the temperature is. Not cold. I think it's probably back up to what it's been. Oh, it says it's 55, so actually it's colder than it was yesterday. See, it don't faze me. And humidity 90%. And I think we're supposed to get back up to the 80s today and the weekend. I don't think there's any chance of rain till Monday, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, it should be a lovely weekend if you live in my area. So I don't really have a lot to say today. I guess I've said it all. And I mean, you can't keep talking about the same old stuff when it comes to Tim. I mean, I know he did ride through Gatlinburg. Of course, he starts reminiscing, saying he'd been there before, and I don't know. He just don't make no sense to me. And of course, you know, he rides that little scooter down through there. And I mean, I can't blame him for that, because that's probably, you know, but you know, if Tammy was there, it'd be, you gotta get your steps in, you gotta get your steps in. So that tells me Tammy's not around, which I figured that if she was around, she left when they left Georgia. And she went on her separate way. If she was there, I don't know if she's there. And you know what, people? I don't really care. You know, I'm just getting to a point where, you know, I don't care what goes on with him. Because, as I said yesterday, he's a MO. And y'all know what I mean when I say that. He's a MO. Oh, good. Right here in front. It's hard to say maybe the sun won't be here, but it is a little bit. I did wipe my back window off this morning, because yesterday I had a hard time seeing, because I had the defrost on, but it didn't work too well. It didn't have time to work, I guess. And you know, when it's blaring in your eyes down on that other end, you just can't see. I need to wash this thing. I've got all these things in my head that I want to do this weekend, but you know what'll happen tomorrow? I won't do any of them. I won't do any of them. And I know that phone, it looks crooked to me, but when I watch the video, it kind of straightens up. So anyway, that's another thing I need to work on. I need to wash this, I need to wash my car, my Rogue, whatever you want to call it. And I need to purge. I need to do all these things. Okay, just so you know, update on Billy. He's doing okay. You know, this is what I'm going to say. About every 10 days, it seems like he has a little stuff going on. I don't know what it is, but he does. And, you know, I gave him that medicine the vet gave me, but, you know, he told me not to give it to him every day, so I've been trying to give it to him about every 7 days. I think if you give it too much, I don't want him to get constipated. So, anyway, I'm going to get some salmon this weekend, fresh salmon, and see. Somebody told me to do that, so I'll try that, because that's one thing I hadn't tried. Tried everything else. He won't do rice. He won't do pumpkin. And I don't know that he's getting enough of the probiotics in his system. But anyway, it is what it is. He's doing better. And he actually slept with me some last night. Not long, but he did. So, as I said before, Tim's not really doing anything other than this, you know, he's not going to do anything. As of the last video I saw, he did finally mention the Ferris wheel, but not so he knows that much on how to get to the trail. Now, the trail's not going to be nothing. I mean, he's probably going to put it down compared to Bendover Park, but I'd much rather walk that trail than Bendover Park, because at least that trail is shaded and got the river beside of it, or the creek, whatever you want to call it. I know it's not a big river, but anyway. if you went into the park yesterday, I didn't see that part. So anyway, as I said, I only briefly watched some of them. I didn't watch any more of the cars. I've seen those cars enough now that I'll wait till, of course, I know Adventures is. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about, AIOT. They put up a thing on Instagram, and I'll insert the picture here of the traffic. So if the traffic's already that bad on Thursday, then I hate to see it tomorrow. But anyway, I'm not there. I don't have to worry about it. Dave and I talked about going to Whataburger tomorrow because, you know, we've never been to a Whataburger. And, of course, I'll try to do it low carb, maybe, but I may not. I mean, I'm doing pretty good, but, you know, I just feel like sometimes that if I don't have a treat, that I'll go off the deep end. You know, I'm to the point right now that I can have a treat and then go back on. But if and I'm not doing this to heal my body like, you know, that Jim Bauer claims to Tim. I'm doing this because I want to lose weight. I'm being honest. I want to lose weight and maybe have better good days than bad days. Okay? Okay. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Now, I told you about what I saw about Tim. I watched Nomadic Fanatic. He went to the Sundrop museum. I had no idea there was a Sundrop museum up in Wisconsin, because Sundrop is big around here, and he was talking about he didn't know that Sundrop had sponsored Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm like, I thought you were a NASCAR fan. I would think anybody that has been a NASCAR fan would know that. I mean, even though I know he is a new fan, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. has ran the Sundrop car several times in the past few years in the Xfinity and in the Cars Tour. But we know he don't really keep up with it. He just likes to go and drink. I'm not going, and I know that I'll get some hate for him when I talk about him. Every time I talk about him, people don't like it. I don't know what it is that people are so obsessed with him and think that he's so fantastic. I mean, yes, he does more than Tim does, but that's about all I can say. I do like Diana. I mean, I don't agree with the way they do the cats, but that's just me. I'm sure they wouldn't agree the way that I do mine. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. They went to some Harley shop too. Of course, you know, he always has to buy another Harley shirt, being that, you know, he doesn't have any, which I know, I'm a t-shirt collector too, so I can't say that much. Although I didn't buy any t-shirts when I went to Tennessee. I bought a sweatshirt, but I didn't buy a t-shirt. Okay, now, who else did I watch? Watch Fridays Forever. They went to Fort Worth Steakhouse, which that was a steakhouse that we looked at, but we didn't go. And they kind of gave it average, so it's probably not one I would go to with it only being average. What else? Big Travels. They're still at the daughter's house, new house, you know, trying to fix them a place to park the RVs and stuff. And, you know, they're tearing up the woods and all that good stuff. I'm like, hurry, get back on the road. And I mean, I know what they're doing. They're trying to fix it to where when they don't have to put stuff in storage. I know all that. And, you know, but I'm thinking that their grandchildren have the greatest life. I mean, and that's just me looking inside. I just feel like they have the greatest life to have grandparents like them. But anyway, what else? I'm not going to get into the talk about, you know, bad stuff happening. I know it's terrible. You know, my heart goes out to the family, and, you know, but I mean, I'm not going to get off on that because it's just not something I want to talk about on this channel. I post some things on Instagram about it, but I like to keep this channel, you know, we just don't go there. All right, who else did I watch? The sheriff is here. Y'all, if y'all aren't watching him, I mean, he's so funny. I mean, he makes up these parodies that are so funny, and he knows the exact clips to take of these, I don't want to call them adventurous or theme park channels, whatever they are. I don't know. Maybe he can tell me what they're really called. I don't know. But, and Pigeon Mr. Morrow. You know, he goes on all these, he goes to Disney, and you know, he comes on, and I just love his introduction, how he says, and I'm going to bring you this, and I'm going to bring you that, and I am so excited. I mean, it just brings a smile to my face, because I do believe he is excited. And they were on this Disney cruise, and they were at the silent DJ party or something where you put headphones in, and you just dance to whatever you're hearing, and nobody else hears it. I mean, I think that would be hilarious. So anyway, that's about all I did. I'm trying to watch stuff that are positive and, you know, can make me laugh and just go from there. And that's about all I got to say, I guess, today. Other than I feel like I look like a bum. I know I don't, but I've not been dressing up this week like I should. So maybe that will change next week. I'll feel like dressing up better. I mean, it doesn't matter, but nobody cares, I don't think, but I do. I'll go back to wearing my dresses and dress pants and stuff like that. So I'm going to go. I hope y'all have a great weekend. I may be back. I may not. I've got a couple of videos I need to film. Some obligations that I need to do. And they will probably go up sometime next week if I can get to filming them. I'm going to make myself film this weekend. I've got to start looking at this as being more professional. And, you know, when a company wants me to show their stuff, I need to show it and quit putting it off. And all that good stuff. I just need to be a better YouTuber. All right, y'all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and leave me a comment. Talk to y'all later, and join if you want to join my membership. Talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.